Want to know if your Italian skills are improving and what your real learning level is? Get your language skills assessed with our free level assessment test. Just click the link in the description and sign up for a free lifetime account to get assessed.
Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say yes? Sì. Sì. And how to say family? Famiglia. Famiglia. Do you remember how to say my family? Don't forget the article. La mia famiglia. La mia famiglia. And how to say is? È. È. And do you remember how Karen says, "This is my family"? Questa è la mia famiglia. Questa è la mia famiglia. Do you remember how to say husband? Marito. Marito. And how to say my husband? Mio marito. Mio marito. Do you remember how to say son? Figlio. Figlio. And how to say my son? Mio figlio. Mio figlio. Do you remember how to say daughter? Figlia. Figlia. And how to say my daughter? Mia figlia. Mia figlia. Do you remember how to say and? E. E. And how to say me? Io. Io. Do you remember how Karen says, "Yes, this is my family, my husband, my son, my daughter, and me"?
Sì, questa è la mia famiglia. Mio marito, mio figlio, mia figlia e io.
Sì, questa è la mia famiglia. Mio marito, mio figlio, mia figlia e io. Do you remember the formal way to say your family? Don't forget the article. La sua famiglia. La sua famiglia. And do you remember how Rosa asks, "Is this your family?"
Questa è la sua famiglia?
Questa è la sua famiglia? Do you remember how to say wife? Moglie. Moglie. And how to say my wife? Mia moglie. Mia moglie. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how Mark says, "Good morning"?
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. And how Karen says, "Good afternoon"?
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Do you remember how to say good evening? Buonasera. Buonasera. Do you remember how Mark addresses Miss Romano? Signora Romano. Signora Romano. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say "see you soon"? A presto. A presto. And how to say good night? Buonanotte. Buonanotte. Do you remember how to say "see you"? Ci vediamo. Ci vediamo. And how to say bye? Ciao. Ciao. Do you remember how to say "see you"? Bye. Ci vediamo. Ciao. Ci vediamo. Ciao. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how Ben Lee says, "Excuse me"?
Scusi.
Scusi. And how the passenger says, "Yes"?
Sì?
Sì? Do you remember how to say "thank you"? Grazie. Grazie. And how to say "you are welcome"? Prego. Prego. Do you remember how the passenger says, "I'm sorry"?
Scusi.
Scusi. And how Ben says, "It's no problem"?
Non c'è problema.
Non c'è problema.
Let's review the key vocabulary.
Abbastanza bene.
Pretty good.
Abbastanza bene. Abbastanza bene. Benissimo.
Great.
Benissimo. Benissimo. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say how? Come? Come? And how Mark Lee asks, "How are you?"
Come stai?
Come stai? Do you remember how to say well? Bene. Bene. And how to say I'm well? Sto bene. Sto bene. Do you remember how to say thank you? Grazie. Grazie. Do you remember how Matteo says, I'm well, thank you?
Sto bene, grazie.
Sto bene, grazie. Do you remember how to say, and you? E tu? E tu? And how to say, pretty good. Abbastanza bene. Abbastanza bene.
Now, here's what you can do to cement this conversation in your head. Review the conversation with our dialogue tool and lesson transcripts. Study the key words and phrases with our spaced repetition flashcards. Review the key grammar and cultural tips inside the lesson notes. And test yourself with our assessment tests. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to access our Can Do course.